finally waking up inside a void where I can hear the noise of someone similar to you. I'm still a little tired.
Hello, annyeonghaseyo. Welcome to another week of Soul Searching, my epic video diary, episode 2. This week I'm talking about adjusting to life, some new information, and my trip down to Gwangju. Can you see me with my glasses? Should I take these off? How do you feel, folks? Glasses on, glasses off. Keeping the glasses on. That's I want to be able to see what's going on. So this week was filled with a lot of new stuff, and I actually remembered to take quite a few videos this week, so I will sprinkle those on in there. But for now, I guess I'll start at the beginning, as they say, a very good place to start. In my last video, I mentioned that I would be going to my Friday school, and then my co-teacher would be taking me around to see all of my other schools and meet my other co-teachers, and I was wrong. Turns out she was only taking me to my Friday school, but it ended up being a really great day. The school is beautiful. It's called Ma'am. I'm going to refer to it from now on probably as either my Friday school or my mountain school because it is in the mountains and it has a beautiful view. But everyone's super lovely. The principal and the vice principal thought I was a movie star because she thought I was so beautiful, so that was a little boost to my confidence. It is a hell of a commute, though. I think a lot of my schools are going to be quite the long-distance commute. It takes about 40 minutes of actual driving time to get to the school, but the whole process takes me an hour and a half almost, because I have to take one bus, and then I have to wait in the terminal for a while, and then I take a second bus, but this is not an early rise society, so things move pretty slowly in the morning. So if I miss my first bus at 7, I have to wait until 8:20, and that's kind of a problem because I have to be at school at 8:30. To get home, I have to go all the way up to Gwangju and then take a bus from Gwangju all the way back down to Seoul. It takes a very long time total, but hopefully this school will make it worth it. That was all last week, and while I did watch Parasite for the very first time and go into Gwangju for dinner and for a night at a board game cafe, I didn't do a whole lot else for the rest of the weekend besides like laundry and cleaning and super boring stuff. So I'll get to talking about this week. As most weeks go, I had a lot of ups and downs this past week since last Monday. Unfortunately, my week started at kind of a low. I woke up on Monday and it was gloomy outside and I didn't have any Wi-Fi, which normally I would not complain about, but I live by myself and I don't speak the language and I needed to be able to communicate with people because I still hadn't heard from any of the rest of my schools, so it started kind of low. But in the afternoon, I kind of worked through things and settled some stuff out, called a friend called Mo, shout out to Mo, and talked through some things. And then a friend came over and helped me solve my Wi-Fi problem, which turned out just to be needing to restart things. You can tell I'm not super good with technology. And I got in contact with someone at the Office of Education, the Seoul Office of Education, who said that I should come in to the office and just talk things through with her the next day. Tuesday, despite the rain, was an awesome day. I started out walking over to the Office of Education and met Shinja, the woman who had been contacting me on Kakao, which is the main app of communication here. So I went in, and we talked about all my schools and all of how to get to my schools, and I got contact info for all my co-teachers, or most of my co-teachers, and talked through some more stuff about my contract. And so by midday, I was feeling much better, and I actually got some work done in the afternoon. I made my About Me PowerPoint for my schools to introduce myself, and came home, made dinner, and then went over to my friend Crystal's place, and we did paint by color and wine night, which was super fun. I have my canvas in the other room. this is it. And as you can see, I really didn't get through a whole lot, but it'll give me a project to do for about the next, how many numbers are on here? Month. On Wednesday, I actually remembered to take a video, so here is my Wednesday self ready to tell you about all things Wednesday. So I just got back to my apartment. Today is the 11th, so today ends in a 1, which means it's market day. And market day is one of my favorite days so far because you can get lots of stuff for cheap. I have this whole thing, lots and lots of strawberries. Look at those strawberries. I did get to go and meet one of the principals at one of my other schools today, even though I was at Seoul Elementary School in the morning. I went out for lunch with my co-teacher and someone from the Office of Education, the Seoul Office of Education, who has been absolutely wonderful and has really helped me along. We went to Derry Elementary where I met the principal and saw my classroom. It's a really, really beautiful school. And I really like their philosophy. Their philosophy is slow school. And at first I was confused about slow school, but their whole thing is it doesn't matter how long it takes you to learn some of the subjects that they have to learn, but the idea is to learn it as fully as possible and to really find yourself in each of the subjects. So I really appreciated that. The principal made me tea and we sat in there for probably 20 minutes and I learned a lot. So I'm excited to teach at that school and also at Seoul Elementary, which is the biggest elementary school in Seoul. Thursday was entirely uneventful. I spent the entire day practically writing lesson plans for my Friday school, my mountain school, because those are the only books that I have so far. I did find out on Wednesday, though, that my books for 5 and 6 grades 5 and 6 that I will be teaching are different 5th and 6th grade books than my Friday school. So that kind of sucks. On Friday, I was back at Ma'am. I was writing lesson plans and making some materials. I made a board game for my 3rd graders on Friday. All of the teachers went out for lunch, and it was the first time that I actually got to participate in the sitting on the floor and eating. So that was a nice first time thing to do. At 4:35, literally on the dot, I hopped on a bus and started my journey down to Gwangju. Well, not down. I had to go up first and then down. I have to go through Gwangju to get home on Fridays anyways, and so I'm going to use it as an excuse to do a bit of traveling in the country because Seoul is so small and there's not really anything to do on the weekends. Especially now because the movie theater's closed because of the virus, and we don't even have a single bar. So to Gwangju it was for the weekend. I got there around, I want to say 8 o'clock or so, and Emmy met me at the bus terminal. It's a really big bus terminal. It's so big it has a movie theater in it. It's got a couple of floors full of shops and restaurants, so we just had dinner there before heading back to her place and figuring out what we were going to do the next day. I also made her watch the series finale movie thing for Sense8. Shameless plug for Sense8. It is so good. This is totally off topic, but I think everyone should watch it, so get on that. Gwangju is a very big city. It's the 6th largest in South Korea, so there's a lot to do and a lot to see, and here's a little bit of that. Hey! I don't know what to say on these things. Because in a moment. Hey guys, we're in Gwangju. Gwangju. I'm in Gwangju with Emmy. Emmy is making the very first other person appearance on this video diary thing. I say first appearance. I've only had 1 episode so far. But it'll grow. We're making it happen. Right now we're walking on the Chonam University campus, which is where Emmy works.
and she's taking me around. We're gonna see her middle school. We're gonna see some sights. Apparently there's a pretty lake that I have to look forward to, and excited to be here. Yeah! This is the famous lake that we mentioned 3 seconds ago. It's, as you can see, it's very pretty and kind of empty. It's a little chilly outside today, but we're enjoying it, living the life.
Aren't we cute? So unfortunately, I wrote out this whole list, and unfortunately we weren't able to go and see inside a lot of the buildings for a lot of what I wanted to do, like the Gwangju Folk Museum and the Exhibition Hall and the Asia Culture Complex. All of those were unfortunately closed, but we had a lot of fun, as you saw. Got to walk around, did some noraebang. It was my first noraebang, which is karaoke, basically, but they don't call it karaoke here because karaoke is a Japanese word, and that's very taboo, using the Japanese words. Went to a pretty awesome foreigners bar, speakeasy thing. This couple who is celebrating their anniversary, a Korean couple, bought all of the foreigners who were in the bar, who are all teachers. Every foreigner who is here, who is living here, is a teacher, pretty much. They bought us all shots. They bought us 2 rounds of shots, which was pretty awesome. Since there's not much to do on a Sunday, because a lot of things are closed, Emmy and I hung around for the morning and then went to lunch before heading back to the bus terminal, where I hopped on a bus to get to Namwon. I can't remember if I mentioned this in my last video or if I mentioned it in this video or if I even remember to mention it at all, but Imshil is such a small place. So you can't get very many places directly from Imshil, and you can't really get back to Imshil from many places directly. So it's pick your poison. Which city do you want to go through? I stayed in Namwon for a few hours in the afternoon. I had coffee with my friend Matthew, who lives there, who's working at the Namwon English Center, and then headed back to the bus terminal in order to get home to Imshil. And now we've made it to today, Monday. I was tired today because though most of the weekend was really good, it was a bit draining. I was pretty active, but today I woke up, I FaceTimed my parents and my grandparents, did some yoga, and then ran over to the bank because I got a text from Shinja saying that my alien registration card was ready, which is very exciting. This is it right here. Not a super great photo, but I have it now, and I've been waiting for this for a long time because it meant that I could finally set up my bank account. So I now have a bank account. I have a mobile app for it. This helps me get to on transportation, and I can send money back home. Here's the card. It's super cute. It has cheese on it. Imshil is known for its cheese theme park. I think I mentioned that before. So the fact that there's cheese on my debit card just really sums everything up. Perfect full circle. I also got my Korean phone number today, which is really exciting. It was kind of hectic because we went to the bank and then set that up, and you need a bank number in order to go and get your phone. But in order to set up the bank, you have to use a phone number. So I used the translator who was with me. I used his phone number, and then we went to the phone place, got my phone number, and then had to go back to the bank and redo some paperwork. But now everything is sorted out, and I'm super happy. I didn't do much else during the rest of the day. I did some more lesson planning, and I went to the market. But I've been hanging around here most of the night and working on this video. Before I end, I think it's kind of important that I add in some details that I've been getting questions about during my time here because of the virus. I am doing just fine. I'm doing very well, actually. I haven't been hugely affected by the virus at all. Big public spaces are closed, like the galleries and the exhibition hall in Gwangju, because there could be a lot of people there. And school doesn't start until March 23rd instead of starting on the 2nd because of the virus. But besides that, I haven't really been affected at all. I didn't even do a real quarantine. We had our Junbook orientation, or orientation 2.0, which was supposed to be our little quarantine, and then I didn't go to school for a whole week, but that's really it. So for all of you who are concerned, I very much appreciate it, but I am doing very well, so I hope that makes you feel better. And for those of you who are stuck at home and in isolation, know that I am sending love from the other side of the world, and we're all gonna make it through this, I promise. That's all from me for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing more about my life as it is unfolding here in Korea and about my trip down to Gwangju. I hope you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, a wonderful life. I don't know where that was going, sorry folks. But I will see you on my next episode of Soul Searching, my epic video diary. Bye everyone.
Let him breathe, let him feel till his heart dispel. Oh, let me wash away the very nature of my passions and my pleasures. Let me bend the will. And Jesus Christ, let it end, let it die. Let me lay in a house till the walls cave in. Oh, finally waking up, but I'm alone and I'm waiting for something real to begin. But it all comes down to
So that, oh, how, no, that's not even right. Is this it? I think this is it. Oops.